I want to begin by thanking you all for your support. You have been watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and even subscribing. And we are growing together. And today, we shall be talking about gamophobia. I know you might have come across this term or not, but let's go direct. What is gamophobia? So, gamophobia is a psychological disorder referring to the unreasonable fear of marriage and commitment. It's a kind of an irrational fear, an irrational or disproportionate fear of commitment in relationships for marriage, or rather fear for marriage. And we may ask ourselves, where does gamophobia come from? What is the cause of gamophobia? Biologically, some people say it's genetic, yeah, but it is more environmental than genetic. Though there are some who are gamophobic because of their genetic predisposition to be gamophobic, most of the people are gamophobic due to the environment which they have been brought up in or they have been living in. And what are those environmental factors? Childhood abandonment, divorce. You have divorced yourself, leave alone parents' divorce, your own divorce, separation, parental discord, where your parents were keeping on fighting, parental discords, being brought up by a narcissistic father or mother, a narcissistic parent, especially if they were mistreating the other party or your other parent, Also adulthood abandonment, heartbreaks, painful heartbreaks from relationships, and such factors can cause gamophobia. So now we need to ask ourselves, what are some of the symptoms of gamophobia? How do you know you are gamophobic? The number one symptom is the inability to form and or sustain intimate relationships. You cannot date for a month or 2 months or 3 months. Within a very short period of time, you feel uncomfortable, and you have the relationship ends, You're not able to date for long. You're not able to form lasting, intimate relationships. But that should not be alone. There should be another couple of symptoms. Number two being a lot of anxiety. You experience a lot of anxiety when you are in an intimate relationship. And you keep worrying that the relationship might come to an end. And that anxiety is too much to be ignored. And it causes you sometimes to feel like you can bring the relationship to an end yourself before the other party has frustrated you. You are so pessimistic. You're fearing, you're worrying that you might be heartbroken, that you might be told it is over. Number three, you keep on pushing people away and ending relationships abruptly, unexpectedly. You have ended the relationship. Kameisha. It's gone. And someone is like, oh, I didn't see it coming. Generally, there's a lot of anxiety in you about couples, about relationships, about marriage. Then let's look at risk factors. What puts you at a higher risk of gamophobia? Number one, when it comes to gender, women are more prone to gamophobia than men, biologically. Then number two, as we have said, parental discords, how you have been brought up, the kind of family and marriage your father and mother had or have had, and even your childhood experiences, if they are too bad, if they are very bad, have some adulthood experiences. All those are risk factors. And also there are some biologists who say there are chemicals that some people have in their bodies that raise their level of anxieties and they predispose them to possible phobias, gamophobia being one of them. So let's look at how do you deal or cope with gamophobia? Number one, let me say gamophobia is very treatable. So you need to look for a therapist or a counselor Counselors are many. I'm not the only one. There are so many counselors, even around you. Some of them, you know them. Some of them, you see them in the media and everywhere. You can look for a therapist, and that will help you. That therapist will work with you. They can use different methods like the cognitive behavioral therapy. There is psychodynamic therapy, systematic desensitization method, and so many others. So that is the main one. But also number two, you can share that with a friend, or someone have overcome gamophobia. They can help you how also to overcome gamophobia. And number three, there are also, if your gamophobia is more medical than psychological, there are drugs you can be given to manage your anxiety. And most of the times, that gamophobia, which is more biological than psychological, it causes a lot of physical symptoms, like even nausea, chilling. Anytime you think about marriage, anytime you think about commitment, or you're at the verge of making a decision to commit yourself into marriage, there is those physical feelings or physical symptoms, even chills, and trembling, all those kind of physiological symptoms. So there are drugs you can be given to manage your anxiety and to bring down those hormones so that you'll be comfortable and you'll be okay. So I'm Counselor Degwa Steve GM. If you have any question, if you have any topic you would want me to cover, I will come here tuweze kusaidiana. Thank you very much. I love you all.